What if Ghost Rider's chain held the first sin? The chain had always burned with holy fire, forged by hell itself, and bound to the will of the spirit of vengeance. But in this timeline, Ghost Rider's chain was more than a weapon. It was a prison. A prison that held the first sin. Not a murder. Not betrayal. Something older. Pride. Lucifer's rebellion. The very first act of defiance against the divine. Before death, before pain, there was pride. And when Lucifer fell, a fragment of that cosmic transgression was torn from his essence. Too dangerous to be destroyed. Too corrupting to be free. So heaven forged a plan. Trapped the fragment in a vessel that could hold it for eternity. A cursed chain to be bound to a cursed soul. Thousands of years later, that chain found Johnny Blaze. He didn't know. Not at first. Every time he summoned the chain, it sang with more rage, more hunger. His enemies weren't just burned, they were hollowed. Their darkest desires yanked from their souls and consumed. The penance stare grew stronger, nearly fatal. He stopped feeling like a man on a mission and more like a god passing judgment. Then came the visions. Lucifer whispering from behind the veil. Angels watching from above but refusing to intervene. And a name carved into Johnny's soul like fire. Arrogantis. The first sin given form. One night, while purging a cult in New Orleans, the chain recoiled. It moved on its own, strangling every last cultist without mercy, even those trying to surrender. Johnny screamed, trying to let go, but it clung to him like a living serpent. And then it spoke. Not in words, but in memory. It showed him the fall. It showed him God turning his face away. And it offered him the same choice. Rebel and become more than just the rider. Become the judge. Johnny resisted, but sin is seductive. He became colder, more violent. Hell stopped hunting him, because hell recognized him as its own. Even Mephisto kept his distance. Only one being dared approach him, Zarathos, the original spirit of vengeance. He warned Johnny, if the first sin escapes, it will not burn the world. It will elevate it. It will whisper into every soul until Earth becomes a second hell. Johnny had a choice. Destroy the chain. And die with it, or keep fighting. Knowing he was slowly becoming what he hated. In the end, he did neither. He locked himself away in an endless desert, summoning his chain only once a year, to battle the sin within. A war with no end. A rider with no road. A man holding back the apocalypse with his own hands. And when asked why he endured, he only said, because if the first sin rides free, then so do we all.